Knockem Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for now.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
What will you experience at a Knockem Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Comedy for your event today.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knockem Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie. Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan.
kidding me?
Do you walk around going, rah, 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 rah?
Kind of sounded like me.
That kind of sounded
So
like
I was
you?
like, okay, mic's on. You almost ready. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. So I thought it sounded like that. Rah, 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 rah. See?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So I did a spot-on imitation of you. It's the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. It's Tuesday Trivia. We got Tuesday Trivia coming your way in just a few minutes. The Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown, where on May 21st you can see John Ziegler performing, recording a comedy special. We're in the Giggle Room this weekend. You can see Rich Francis. In the main room this weekend, guess who's here in the main room this weekend? Wally Collins. Wally Collins is playing the big room at Governor's this weekend.
Who's the old like Mets manager? Wasn't that Wally something?
Wally Backman was never a Mets manager. He was a Mets player.
Oh.
Terry Collins was a Mets manager.
No, but Wally was. Oh, he doesn't he do the Ducks?
Wally
or someone?
Backman is manager of the Ducks, yes.
Got it.
At the brokerage in Belmore this weekend, Eric Newman and Louis Gomez on Saturday. Newman on Friday, Louis Gomez on Saturday. You can see Louis Gomez at the McGuire's in Bohemia on Friday, and Teddy Smith on Saturday. Lots of great stuff going on here. There's all sorts of great stuff. In May especially, you got our pal Chris Cassandro, who was sitting here with us yesterday. He's performing in the Giggle Room here in Levittown with Terry McNeely on May 6th. Joe Pontillo, Brian McGinnis in the Giggle Room May 21st. And like I said yesterday, I think I'm on that show.
Nice.
Dan LaRocco and Joe Cravella and Courtney Otera April 2nd in the Giggle Room. And we'll be live from Governor's Green Room that night. And, of course, April 1st, come check out Knockem Dead Comedy. We are performing in the Giggle Room a murder mystery like you've never seen. You will laugh your ass off. I promise you that. You will see Jeff Bosey like you've never seen, and you will love it. I promise you. You will have a blast with us at this comedic, audience interactive murder mystery show on April 1st. It's a mob-themed show. A wedding takes place, and, of course, a murder that you get to solve. That's right.
Yeah.
You
Bring
get
friends.
to solve.
Totally fun night.
It's going to be a lot of
Always
fun.
is.
Go to govs.com. See the full schedule for all three great clubs. And you can make your reservations on the website as well. Lots of great stuff all the time here at Governor's. But don't forget, on Tuesday, April 5th, you can go to the Lark in Northport, where Tom Galati is hosting a night of comedy. Brendan Lacaruba, Bridget Kavanaugh, Tugboat Manny, Tim Saliani, and myself. This will be my second time performing at the Lark. They are great people over there. They have good food, nice little atmosphere. And they're a great crowd. It's not your typical bar comedy night. These guys, they pay attention to every comedian. They have a blast.
Yeah,
and
you had a good time last time.
Very supportive people. Looking forward to returning to that.
Nice.
So that's April 5th at the Lark in Northport. And, of course, if you'd like to share our show, if you'd like to, share our show, please share our show. Okay, the graphic's not there.
I'm working on it.
Please like and share our show. Hit the thumbs up there on the YouTube feed. Tell everybody you know about Gov's Comedy Club Podcast YouTube channel. We are not on Facebook. We had a bunch of shows who wanted to stay on Facebook. A lot of those shows aren't here anymore. So
And the new shows don't.
the new shows think it's kind of silly to be on two platforms at once. So we're trying this out. We're going back to just YouTube. We put the YouTube link on a bunch of different Facebook pages. So this is the place to find us on our YouTube channel where we're interacting with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Kirsten. We love our extended family and we appreciate the support. So, please post a link everywhere about Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, particularly this show, not since we're live, but when other shows are on too. There you go. And please, if you'd like to use the studio, you want to do a podcast of some sort, you want to do a podcast of some sort, you just need to record a video or some audio or both, we got you covered. state-of-the-art technology in here with a big mixing board and monitors and screens and microphones and cameras and lights. If there's something we don't have, let us know, and we'll do our best to help you and get it. So whether you'd like to stream a podcast on our station or you want to do one yourself, you can still record it here. We'll hook you up. So get in touch with us on our Facebook page, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast on our Facebook page. Pen drop. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm coughing. Water.
Don't do that.
We got Tuesday Trivia coming at you in a little while. That's always fun. Always a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're here because I don't like doing it by myself. The trivia, that is.
When have I missed trivia? I don't think I missed trivia much.
I don't think you've missed it much, but I can recall a time, at least one time I was here by myself doing trivia.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of doing the show by myself.
Yeah.
Especially on trivia, because the trivia is fun to make fun of who's ever in here with the wrong answers.
That would be me.
Well, yeah, but even when there's other people too. But,
Yeah.
Or
All
if
right.
it-
Well, we're not going to do that right now, though, right?
what, trivia?
Trivia?
No.
Oh, okay.
We have other stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I thought you had stuff. You even asked me about stuff yesterday, so I was going to let you do your thing.
I'm sorry, what did I do?
You asked me about topics to talk about.
Right. So meaning what? So you didn't want to get into those topics?
Yeah, but you usually start them, so.
All right, I'll do one thing and then I'm going to go to you.
Okay.
This is a story that I found late last week and I haven't had an opportunity to go over it. Oh, you know what I want to do first? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. What?
I want to talk about my shirt. I just want to mention...
You'll get me one soon, right?
I thought you decided to not have one.
No, I keep saying that. Get me a freaking shirt.
You did, but then I could have sworn the last
No,
time I asked you about it,
no,
you said forget
no.
it. All right, I'll get it. Here, you want this one?
Yeah. Put your clothes back on.
I was going to throw that thing back on so you can wear this. I was hoping you'd join me and take off your shirt.
Nope.
We should have take off shirt Thursdays. Take off shirt fun.
Or Fridays you could do with Plajanos.
I don't want to see his boobies. Plus,
Yeah,
he's
you
done
both
that
can
already.
sit
He
here
did that
with no clothes on.
He did that with Shevlin years ago where they took their shirts off. Nobody wants to see
Oh,
that.
yeah, remember that? That was a rough week.
I'm just trying to get you to take your shirt off.
No,
All right, this shirt, I just want to mention Don Sill. You guys know Don Sill. We all love Don Sill. He has the best shows on this station, in my opinion. I love all the shows. Don't get me wrong. I love all the shows. We have great shows. I take such pride. You can back me up. I take such pride in having quality content on this station. I think all our shows are great. But Don, he's cool. He's collected. He asks good questions with his guests. He's funny. He's personable. He's just, as far as I'm concerned, he's the guy that we all should strive to be.
You have man love for him.
I do. Well, he's family. And I just wanted to just mention him real quick. Yesterday, I forgot to mention this yesterday, but I got the shirt today. Yesterday was his brother Greg's birthday.
Nice.
And as you guys might recall, Greg unfortunately passed away. I think it's sometime next week. It'll be the 1 year anniversary of his passing already.
Mm-hmm. And he was a couple years younger, right?
Yeah,
Than Don.
he would have been 49 yesterday.
Yeah.
Don is going to be 51 this year.
Yeah.
So there's 2 years between them.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah, terrible. I mean, the pass at 48 is just
Awful.
yeah. Leaves behind lovely wife Ellie and 3 beautiful young girls. And just a very sad thing. Greg was loved by everybody. You'd think if you like Don, then you would have loved Greg.
Yeah.
Because
He was a high school teacher. Everyone adored him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just a great guy. So, so I know it's not easy. First year and then his, the first birthday without him. So I just wanted to wear the shirt and wish Don the best. And there you go.
Yep. Yeah, it's still unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So the one item that I had that I've been sitting on for a few days. I don't know if you heard about this. After getting engaged on the day after Christmas in 2020, Clay Slink, that's his name, Clay Slink.
No one wants to marry that. That's the problem. I don't even. You can even put the piece of paper
Change your
down.
name, Clay.
If I'm not going to be a slink. Slink?
Slenk.
Slank.
Slink. Clay Slink.
I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a villain. And Mariah Nelson.
All right. Well, maybe she wants to upgrade from that.
Mariah Slink. Ooh, yeah, that sounds.
Mariah Slink. What's her last name?
Nelson.
Nellison?
Nellison.
Nellison.
Nellesen.
Maybe they should just
I'm going
use
with
his
Nellison.
name. They'll use her name. Anyway,
Clay
go ahead.
Nellison.
So they got engaged.
So the
around
day
Christmas
after they
time.
get engaged, on the day after Christmas 2020, Clay and Mariah plan to tie the knot this summer. However, just after sending save the dates to their loved ones, the bride and groom-to-be were both of them, diagnosed with cancer within 8 days of each other. So now they're getting married April 9th. They were planning on getting married in June. Things changed for the couple after they both received life-altering phone calls in January. Mariah got a phone call January 11th from the doctor saying she had ovarian cancer.
Oh, that's rough. Wow, to be so young to get that. Really?
Yeah, she's only
They're young?
she's only 24.
Yeah, she's gonna have a rough row.
Slank Clay then received a similar call just over a week later. All of a sudden, I got a phone call at like 8 o'clock, and my doctor was like, I want you to go to the hospital right now. I think you have leukemia.
Wow.
So, yeah, he was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. Am I saying that right? Myeloid?
I guess so.
Myeloid?
But to get
Myeloid?
ovarian cancer so young, the cancer cells are just growing like crazy. She's gonna have a really rough time.
So he required immediate treatment and is being followed by a long hospital stay. It added what then that Nelson Mariah was diagnosed with adult granulosa cell tumor, ovarian cancer. Let me try that again.
Well, this better be a good ending. Like, why are we going through this?
To me, this is amazing.
Oh, you think it's like just fascinating that two people in the same household got two different cancers just before they got married?
Within
Okay.
a week of each
So
other.
there's no goodness to the story.
Well, they're still alive and they're doing well and they're getting married and they're trying to keep a positive attitude. They moved up the wedding date so they can get it, so they can make it happen.
Hopefully they live long enough to get divorced.
Their diagnosis.
As soon as I said it, I was like, that's bad.
Wow.
Sorry, 50% or more. It's being a little realistic.
Just get divorced and die.
Just hand over a lawyer $10,000 and save yourself some trouble.
Wow. Screw it. Why even get married?
That's what I mean.
You got cancer? Just go out and bang.
No, I didn't
Bang
say
anybody
that.
you can find. Just bang away.
Why
bang,
would
bang.
you get that from that story?
Because you're telling them to get divorced.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they shouldn't be together in the first place. So they're moving forward. They're getting married. And there'll be a little more sickness before the health. But that's all right, they said. A GoFundMe for the couple has raised more than $15,000 in an effort to cover medical bills, home payments, the income they've lost, and gifts for their wedding and honeymoon. So, unfortunately, I don't have the GoFundMe address, but but you know what? If anybody feels like, this is a nice, heartwarming story, and it's a little sad, and you hope that they
Heartwarming
make
story.
it.
It's awful.
No, it's heartwarming. These people they're there for each other, and they're still going to get married, and they're going to tough it through, and they're going to go through their battle together, and they're going to make it through and have a happy ending in many ways, and then we'll all be able to celebrate their life.
I hope they get a happy ending. That'd be nice. With this awful story.
Yeah, I hope they actually. Yeah, with the cancers they have, they probably can't even.
Yeah.
Well, we're being
All right,
hopeful.
what else you got over there?
Well, that was the one story I wanted to share before we got into your stories.
Awful.
All right. Well, DJ D Love is watching. Hello, DJ, and Beansy is there too.
Yeah, I like when you put it up there because then at least I can.
Oh, I thought you couldn't see it up there. All right, I'll put it up there. Oh, and who's? Hang on, and I'll throw it up there. So I thought you didn't look up there at the comments.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get my glasses on so I can see up there. Adam Snare. Good morning.
Hey, Adam.
Adam. And then who did I see earlier?
Elizabeth, yay.
Oh, Philip Ganji. Hello, Philip Ganji. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah.
We're so happy you guys are all here with us. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Okay, cool. Tuesday trivia coming up soon. So there's a lot of noise out there. What's going on?
Yeah, there is. Did you want me to start? Because I thought you like kind of do things in order, so I was leaving you alone. But then you keep looking at me.
Well, yeah, because I said I just want to do this one story, and then I'll get to the stuff that you had.
Okay, so get to me. Which one do you want to do first?
I don't care. Whatever you want.
Okay, well, so it's actually good. Cindy's my sister. She's in the hospital right now. She was having trouble like with balance and stuff, so we brought her in, and turns out I guess she has like,
Well, you brought her in for tests.
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah, tell that. Yeah, don't miss out on that. That's a crazy story.
What part of it? Oh, just that. Yeah. So we go. She's getting her balance has been off. So they said, all right, let's get you in there for a chest X-ray to see what's going on again, because all the tumors were shrunk after a chemo, which was great, and it's still that way. So things are good. And then and they saw like a small shadow in her head. So they just wanted to like do
That turned out to be her brain.
Or better, pretty much, a better MRI. So we get that. We drive home and she likes all the hospitals and doctors in New Hyde Park. So we're like 30 minutes from there. So we drive all the way home. We pull in the driveway. We get the call from the doctor. You need to go back into you have to go to the hospital in the emergency room because we're showing like blockage and little slight strokes that might have happened, and we just want to like check everything
They
out.
were saying that those strokes were happening at that moment, weren't? Didn't they? Isn't that what they said?
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, that's what I remember.
But so Cindy used to be a respiratory therapist, so she's worked in many hospitals. So she says to the doctor, she goes, "There's no way I'm going back on a Friday night with a full moon because no matter what you tell me, they're not going to do anything until Monday morning anyway." And she goes, "Oh no." She goes, "I'm going to send over these results to the doctors." She goes, "All you have to do is pick which hospital you want to go to, and I'll send the results to that hospital and everything will be good." So she's like, "All right, well, I'm going to go to, where is it? North."
She is at North Shore Manhasset on Community Drive.
Yeah. So she's
everybody
like,
go see her.
All right. So we get in there. We wait in the emergency room for an hour and a half.
You waited longer than that, babe. You waited a lot longer than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Then we got into a room, and no one was given any results until Monday morning, just like Cindy called it. And every time she needed something, the nurse would be like, "We're really busy tonight." She goes, "I know it's busy. It's a full moon. It's a Friday night." So it was like really annoying.
Elizabeth Batterpeat says TIA. What does that mean? Thanks in advance. I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, so right now they did a ultrasound on her neck, and they have like one of her arteries is pretty clogged and the others are completely good. So they're just going to go in there and put a stent in the one, and they think that's what the balance thing is all about. They don't think the head thing is the thing that's doing that. They think it's like lack of oxygen and stuff from here. So they're going to figure that out sometime like late this afternoon. But she's doing good. She actually had a ball all weekend long hanging out in the hospital. She talks to anyone and has a good time.
So, and they're putting the stent in today.
Yeah, sometime today.
So good luck, Cindy.
Yep.
Yeah, she's, that's the amazing thing to me. First off, they can see that it's happening. Thank goodness they saw that. But then the fact, too, that you would never know it from looking at her. It's not like she
she looks great.
It's not like she started having seizures or something. She was fine.
Yeah.
And then you guys even waited a half hour to even leave the house.
I know, you get so mad at us.
I wasn't mad. I was just confused.
We know, like, Tony is which is great. You should all be like Tony. Like a doctor tells Tony to do anything, and he's like,
I do. I follow doctor's orders to a
me and
T when
Cindy,
I'm
we
told.
both have worked in hospitals. And we're like, yeah, you're gonna have to explain why, because there's so much bullshit that goes on, and even different doctors told her different things all weekend long. So it took a while to like tease out who had the good advice.
When it first happened, and you guys were right. The hospital, unless it's a dire emergency, a hospital's not going to do anything. I get that. When I had a kidney stone some years back, it was on a Friday.
Yeah.
They put me on morphine. Within 10 minutes, I'm feeling fine. I never felt an ounce of pain again, but it happened on a Friday. They kept me all weekend.
Yeah.
And they did nothing for me. I did morphine for like 24 hours. After that, I was fine. I was walking around, hanging out, talking to people,
right.
And having fun, messing with nurses and stuff.
Yeah, and that's what she was doing. She was doing exactly the same thing. She's calling like all the people that are walking around. And she goes, and that one's my boyfriend. He's got a Volkswagen convertible just like me. This, we're going to go to Jones Beach together afterwards. And you hear this like big laughter in the background. She's totally the same.
But that's what I mean. So that's what I'm saying. You guys were right. But most people, when they hear you're having mini strokes right now,
get into the hospital.
Right. So, and you envision rushing to the hospital and there's a team waiting for you because you're having seizure right now. Okay, let's take you in. So I think it's safe to say most people here, you're having mini strokes right now. Okay, I'm dropping what I'm doing and I'm going.
Tony is like the woman who is having her first baby and gets the first contraction. And like
yeah, that's the same thing as a stroke.
Who like goes into the hospital the first time they feel, which is probably just gas at first, goes into the hospital, stays there for a day and a half. They end up, they don't feed you immediately when you first go in to have a baby because they, if something happens, they're going to want to
because you
operate
take a dump
on
from
you.
all that pushing.
Yeah, so they immediately stop feeding you and just do liquids. And so you're too weak to have a baby. They end up giving you Pitocin. Then you go into harder labor, which just feels great. Then they just end up giving you a C-section. The second time around is me and Cindy. We're like, oh, I bet you if I go in right now, I'll have this baby in an hour. That's when we go into the hospital.
You're comparing a stroke to having a baby?
So we walk in the door.
You could die.
We tell Tony this. And me and Cindy have not discussed this. We just hear the message in our car and then we hang up. We don't even talk to each other. We like get out of the car. I'm thinking about what I have to do. She's thinking about what she has to do. She's walking around the house. I'm walking around the house. I'm like eating a bowl of cereal because I know I'm going to be there till midnight. She's in a room packing things, doing things with the dogs, walking around. And Tony's like this.
You went on the computer to handle something with DMV.
I did.
And you're like, I just got to take care of this.
Because she wasn't ready.
She went outside in the back and was hanging out back there with the dogs.
I think she had it. Yeah, she had did she have a beer? I don't even know.
Among other things.
I think she had,
yes, she had at least one beer.
Stoned.
Yes. I wasn't going to say that, but yes. She had at least one beer and she was smoking a joint.
Yeah. So while she's smoking a joint and having a beer, I can
while having a stroke.
DMV.
So yeah, let me smoke and get my brain even more messed up.
It's good for cancer.
Good for cancer.
Yeah.
Good for a stroke?
Maybe.
But we'll never know because when you have a stroke, you drop what you're doing and you go to the hospital.
So Tony's just dancing around the
I'm
house.
just walking around. I'm in complete confusion.
He seriously is like a couple of inches off the floor because he can't believe that we're.
Well, I had the spring attachment on.
Yeah, and I was like, all right,
I was just bouncing like
we're gonna go.
Boing, boing.
And then he has this look on his face like, about time. I would have been in the car 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I even said to you at one point, I said, are you freaking out inside? Because this is very weird to me. And you're like, oh, yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, sure.
No,
yeah.
you went, oh, yeah,
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Not a little bit. You were, oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And I was.
And then I think it finally sank in when she was leaving, too, because she appeared to be very nervous.
Yeah, because she was saying goodbye to everyone
well,
for
yeah,
the last time.
She goes up to her dog, Shepherd, who this dog... Cindy is the dog whisperer.
This
and
dog
she
lives and breathes for her.
Cindy has full-blown conversations with this dog, and the dog understands it.
Yeah.
She turned to that dog and said, all right, bye, Shep, I'll never see you again.
I know,
and then as she got to the door, she then turned, bye, Tony, I'll never see you again. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. And I'm like, get in the car. Yeah. And she's been fine, yeah.
Oh, yes, and absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You guys are right, because if it wasn't an emergency, they
would have taken us right away and not had to sit in the lobby for 2 hours.
If she wasn't stroking, and they just said, okay, you have a blockage, come in Monday, and we're going to put the stent in, great.
Yeah.
But the fact that there was an active situation happening, and you guys are just like, and you're on the computer.
I had one thing left to do for the day before I could give everyone my full attention.
Don't die. I'm not done with what I have to do for the day. and then I even said to you at one point, because the hospital's a half hour away.
Yeah.
So I even said, because at one point you guys said, well, Cindy's waiting to hear back from the doctor's office.
Right.
And she has to tell them where to
send
that
the
doctor
MRI.
where hospital she's going to. So I even said, I go, well, you have a half hour drive. Why don't you just start driving, and then she can call the hospital on the way?
Yeah, that was a good idea.
But you didn't do it.
Oh, no?
No.
She wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is that, because she lost her, here's the thing about Cindy. So she lost her hair with the chemo, and it's grown in. It's actually grown in like a nice lady short haircut.
I think it actually looks really good right now.
It looks really good, but that is not what she likes. So she has these wannabe a prostitute wigs that some of them I was making fun of her because some of them even come she'll get this wig and it'll have purple in it and it's long and it'll come with gold loop earrings just because she didn't even order them.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So she's got 3 of them in her bag that she's taken. I'm like, seriously, you're taking these wigs? And she's like, my head
she
gets
brought the
cold.
wigs with her to the hospital?
3 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, there's something.
And as they're getting ready to finally leave, Cindy then tells Sallie she wants to stop for Smash Burger on the way.
I'm gonna kill her.
Which you weren't going to do for health reasons, but I don't give a shit if she asked to get an apple. I mean, wait, what? You want to make a stop? What?
He was freaking out. And even when she was in there, she's like, she goes, oh, by the way, they think I'm doing, this is the text I get. Oh, by the way, they think I'm doing really good. And they say I can have a smash burger. Right, so I go, oh, that's really fantastic. Please let me talk to the they that told you that. So then she just sends me this face
well, I went to visit her on Sunday. I would say probably 75% of the conversation was the smash burger that she still has yet to receive.
Yeah, so I go up to the desk yesterday because I had to ask a few things, and the her nurse, I go, hey, I'm Cindy's sister, and she goes, oh, she talked about you. I go, I bet she did, and she just cracked up.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
And I've said it many times when we're talking in life. I've said it on this show whenever we talk about cancer and whatnot, and I can definitely say from my experience with cancer, of course, you need the medications. Of course, you need all that. But I do believe the mental health is just as important.
Oh, sure.
And I do believe that if I'm told I have a stroke and I got to rush to the hospital and I'm dealing with who knows what, life and death and surgery, and I've earned a smash burger.
Yeah.
So I understand. You're absolutely right. From a health point of view, she should not have a smash burger.
That's why it's clogged, is her freaking burgers.
However, you're in the hospital right now, and you're going through something really, threatening. She's earned anything she wants at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just throwing that out there because she'll be so happy.
I'm gonna get the smash burger for her, and then she's gonna die. It's gonna be your fault.
But she'll die happy.
Yeah, and then I have to look at the worst thing in the world is to walk in the door and look at Shep's stupid face. The shepherd.
If she dies after eating the smash burger, then save the fries for me.
I walk in the door, every time I walk in the door now since she's been in the hospital, because this is Friday night. Every time I walk in the door, Shep looks at me like, what did you do?
Yes, she does. And
she even, go ahead.
She'll go to the window.
Yeah.
And if the blinds are down, Shep, the blinds
She
come down
opens them.
right by, that's where it is, right? And so Shep goes in with her head and pushes the blinds up.
She opens up the
blinds.
blinds.
And then she'll start looking.
She's so smart. She opens up the back door. She's just I'm like, who
from
keeps,
the inside and the outside.
Yeah, I'm like, who keeps leaving the back door open? And then we figured out that Shep jumps up and opens up the door.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the other day, me and Sammy watched her do it.
Yeah, so
we watched her come in the house.
Yeah, so we don't of course we talk to her because she's smarter than most people I know.
So All right, so I'm with you there. That is a hurdle. That if she died from the smash burger, you'd have to own up to Shep.
Oh,
I get that. But
she'll be fine. And they really good hospital. Really, really good hospital there. What?
Hirschman says, wait, who's going to die? This is awful. That's a good idea, Andy.
What?
Oh, yeah, as we're heading home today, as we pass All American, I'm just going to be like, oh, All American.
Yeah, see, that's why. You can't give it to one person and someone else.
Well,
TIAs are mini strokes.
But what does TIA stand for?
I don't know.
Mark, we're talking about Sally's sister, Cindy, who's been battling cancer for just about a year already.
Yeah.
And she's in the hospital right now. She's getting a stent in her neck today.
Yeah,
So
and
we
they're not
wish her
even
all
putting
the
her
best.
out. She's like, oh, yeah, they're not even putting me out for it. I'm like, did you, like, know this before you signed your life away? I'd be like, put me out. Like, even when I have my wisdom teeth out, I'm like, put me out.
Oh, me too. Me too. And then, and they're doing the stent in the neck, but they have to go, they start out in the
Through her
groin area.
Yeah. She was like, they're going to go through my groin. I was like, woohoo.
Yeah, was she still talking about the surgery at that point?
I don't know. She's got a lot of boyfriends in there.
Mark says, Jesus, I didn't know. Well, of course you didn't know Jesus because you're Jewish. Speaking of Mark Hirschman, hope you guys enjoyed Hershey and the Keegs last week. They had former Met Anthony Recker on the show. Tomorrow morning, probably at 11 since we're not on, we have an edited version. It's pretty much the whole interview, but just edited a little bit, and I edited some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, cool.
That'll be on tomorrow at 11 on the YouTube channel.
Nice. They
oh,
usually have their show on tonight, but because of Sally's nerdy
that's right.
son, they're not going to be on tonight.
That's right. The show's not on tonight. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
So, right, because we have a Kevin's school concert
Kevin's
tonight. Right.
last orchestra concert
thank God.
ever.
Thank
He's
God.
been playing since 3rd grade. This is sad.
You're going to cry.
I'm going to cry.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I keep trying to talk him into taking it his 12th year, but like, it's not like he's a slacker. It's not like Kevin's like, I don't want to be in orchestra next year because I want to take an extra lunch or study hall to, eat pizza. Like he wants to take more classes.
Yeah, he's in all AP classes, and he's a workhorse, man.
But to take music out of your life just makes me sad. Like, You could learn all the math and science and everything else in the whole world, but to take music out of your life, I just think it should be in everyone's life. So
I
we're
agree.
still, and he, like everything else with Kevin, he could do whatever he wants to do, and he's gonna. But like, I wish he wouldn't. So we'll see.
Transient ischemic attacks.
Oh yeah, just like little small ones, and they think that was just fine, like that wasn't bothering anything.
Mark says, sorry to hear that. Can she pull through? Yeah, she's going to be fine.
Yeah,
I
she'll
mean,
be fine, Mark.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
she's
We're
fine.
just making jokes. Andy, they didn't put me out for my stent, says Andy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Andy didn't want to be put out, and he asked that they put the stent in through his butt crack,
Yeah.
his butthole.
Yeah. I still can't get over that Andy drove himself to the emergency room.
No. I'm having a heart attack.
Like, and the
Get
more
my keys.
I know him, the more I love him, the more I'm mad about it.
And so can you for 1995.
Yeah.
Let me go back a little bit. Where was it? Snare says he'll be here in September, possibly a night at the Giggle Room and a night at McGuire's.
Nice.
Thrilled to hear that. However, Adam Snare, we've been down this road.
Oh, is he a liar too?
Well, remember, he was supposed to come back in October, and he canceled like the day of or something.
Yeah.
So I'll believe it when I see it.
You can mess up once, and then we won't make fun of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Andy Pajanos, you know what will help the melancholy of Kevin's last concert? A rousing game of Knockem.
Oh, and then there's the other guy.
Oh, that's the other thing you have today, right?
Yeah. My drunk son. Sam's not a drinker or anything. He just like isn't. And even like his friends have said, that they go out and Sam hangs out with them, and they're like, man, you can't even get him to do anything. Like every once in a while he'll have a beer, but not much. He doesn't. It's just not him, which I'm very thankful about.
So the other day,
But not the other day.
what was it, Saturday?
Yeah.
Friday.
went-
He went out, and I'm going to start the story because I was the one that witnessed this. So he went out Friday night with some friends, and he slept over his buddy's house.
Yeah, and this buddy, he's known since the
High
kid.
school, yeah.
The kid was 12. I mean, I raised this kid. Like he was always in my house. So he ended up like leaving after high school. He ended up going and living with his grandmother and helping her out. And so he's a good boy, but
he's the troublemaker. He's always been the troublemaker. He's a little wise ass.
He's a little wise ass, but I can't help but love
always
him.
Been the bad influence on
No.
nice little nerdy Sam.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
So
A little bit.
So he sleeps at the friend's house,
Yeah.
and he has to work Saturday night. So he sleeps over Friday into Saturday. He has to be at work at 5 Saturday. He shows up, and I remember...
I text at like 3 o'clock.
Oh, did you?
I go, hey, buddy. No, I just said, hey, how are you?
Now,
Are you heading home soon?
You were doing some cleaning on the other side of the house, and you had the music on.
Yeah.
So you didn't even hear him come in.
No, I didn't even know he was home.
I look at the clock. I remember. I looked at the clock. It said 4:36, and he comes walking in.
Oh, no, I didn't realize it was that
And I'm
late.
thinking to myself...
Oh, maybe he didn't have to be at work till 5:30.
No, it was 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All this happened in a half an hour.
Oh, yeah. So he comes in.
He just works down the road, so.
Yeah, he works.
He's a busboy at
maybe a 5-minute drive.
At our favorite restaurant.
Yeah, it's not that far of a drive. So he comes in, and I don't really say anything to him, so I'm thinking, yeah, he's got to get ready for work, so I'm going to leave him alone.
Yeah.
So I'm on the computer. I have music. You have music on. I have music on, and I can hear. Yet I can still hear the shower, but then I heard.
He starts the shower but he wasn't in the shower doing this, but he starts the shower because he likes a hot
I hear
shower.
the shower come on, but then I start hearing. Like these like.
Like a strangled coyote.
A strangled coyote.
Who drank too much the night
Chewbacca
before.
drowning. A giant cat in heat, Sasquatch in heat. Like, I don't know what these noises were. So I think it was like after the second one, when it registered to me, I was like, wait a minute, what in the world is that noise?
Yeah.
So I turn off my music and I'm just frozen at my seat at the computer. I'm like this. And then I hear the next one. So I'm like, son of a bitch, that drunken bastard. He's hungover and he's puking.
Yeah.
I start to go down the stairs because I'm gonna have fun with this. On the way downstairs, I hear a fourth one, and yeah, there's no doubt. So I then go to you, and I go,
"Are you hearing this?
Are you hearing this?" You're like, "Hearing what?" I said, "You don't hear it at all." I said, "You don't even know Sam's home."
Yeah,
go,
I was doing a project.
Sam. I go, "Yeah, he's home." I go, "You have to come listen to this." So we walk. She turns off her music. We go. Now the two of us are standing outside the bathroom like this. And you heard just a small one. It was nothing compared to what I heard.
Okay.
But it was just more like a normal, like it was more like a normal puking sound.
Yeah.
And then you even looked at me and went. So then we both waited maybe another 5 minutes.
We just stood outside. We're just like waiting.
Finally, he comes out and he just stops. And first thing out of his mouth, he goes, "Oh, you heard that?"
No, he didn't at first. He goes, "Hey."
Oh, did he?
And I go, "Yeah." I go, "Hey, how are you?" And he goes, "Good." And I go, "How are you?" And he goes, "Oh, you heard that." So I go, "Just tell me." He goes, "Well, I drank like maybe, 6 shots of vodka or something.
6 shots of Jameson.
Jameson's whiskey."
Right.
I thought he said Smirnoff.
He said, well, he told us Jameson.
I didn't hear Jameson.
And then when his friend came over the next day, he said it was Jameson and Smirnoff.
Boy.
Yeah. And I did that. I said, "Oh, you guys had both?"
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Because I said, "Tell me," and he like hesitated. I go, "Really? Help me help you." Because you got to get to work. Tell me what's going on. So he told me, and then I was like, "All right, go hop in the shower. By the time you're done, I'll make you some toast before you go to work. And before you get in the shower, water is your best friend. Have a big glass of water, take a shower, eat toast, more water." And I give him like a couple of aspirin. And I'm like, "Get out of here."
Yeah,
and then he was fine. He said he was fine.
He left the house at like 4:56.
Yeah. And then even the next day, he was like, "I still don't feel good." I'm like, "I know."
No kidding.
I know. And I told him, too. I go, why don't you just get rid of all this stuff early in the morning? Like, why don't you throw up then? He's like, I don't know. There were other guys there. I was embarrassed.
Oh, so he made himself throw up?
Well, he held it in, and then it came out. But I was like, you should have. He was like, I didn't want to make those sounds. I'm like, all right, I get that.
And you must have had some kind of heart-to-heart about this.
No.
Really?
That was it, yeah.
You didn't sit down and be like, it's okay that you drank. You're 22 now. But now you know what it's like, and and it's my advice to just not do this regularly.
Well, he just doesn't. I mean, if it comes to the point where all of a sudden he's like, you know what I would really like to do? I would like to ruin my life and be a drunk.
Well, because he kept saying, he kept going on about,
Yeah.
He goes, I have to tell you, it was the first time I really got drunk. It was fun.
He did, yeah. Yeah. They were playing games, like drinking games and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like hide the salami?
No.
Liz says TIA is the warning of possible larger strokes. Yeah. Andy Pacino's, the medical term for butthole is turd cutter. Beansy, I had 3 stents put in, and I was up for the entire surgery. Glad they didn't go from my groin. Where did they go from then? Well, yeah, they're doing 3. They probably opened you up. 3? Holy moly. Carol Miner's watching. We've all have been there.
Carol.
And say never again. Carol, I am putting together. You sent me your box. I am sending you a package. I am putting together a care package for you, Carol Miner.
We got more chocolate from Carol.
And I just finished the last one last night.
Did you? I still have my share.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm
What do you
trying.
mean your share? Who said any of that was for you?
No, a lot of that. Well, it was actually addressed to me. It was
you're
all
right
for
about
me.
that.
So
you're right.
I was very nice to give you most of it
Yeah, why was it addressed to Sallie?
because she loves me more.
I asked for what? They went through your wrist, Beansy?
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird. I'm the one that asked for another package of. I was the one who asked Carol for a second helping of her box.
Yeah, you shouldn't be asking for people's boxes.
But it's Carol.
Still,
And there's chocolate.
I get that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So does Carol.
Anyway, Carol, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We're going to send some stuff your way. All right. Is it time?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
I actually did this in the emergency room waiting.
Well, why wouldn't you? Because you guys waited for 4 hours to be seen.
Yep.
We hold in our hands this week's Tuesday trivia. The way this works, if you're new to it, Sallie and I are going to take turns asking each other some random trivia questions. There is no theme. There's no rhyme to or reason to this. We're just asking random trivia questions. We do not know each other's questions. So we're going to try and answer them as best we can. And we ask that you guys answer them as best you can below us or next to us, wherever your comment thread is.
Andy said they went through his wrist, too.
Really?
I would not want them to go through her wrist because, I don't know, just getting like IVs in for her isn't so hot. I'm glad they're going through her.
Well, I don't have
puppy.
that problem. I mean, you can see all my veins.
Yeah, you're a new nurse's dream.
Yeah. When I was going through my cancer.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't even decide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
When I was going through my cancer battle, and I had one of, a million hospital stays, I had some guy came in. I'll never forget this, and I'll tell you why at the end. This guy comes in, and he's wearing, his hair's all disheveled. He's got a Hawaiian shirt, like Magnum used to wear.
Yeah.
He was probably, at the time, in his 60s. Looked like he was drunk. And he comes in, he goes, I got to take your blood. I'm like, okay. This guy, no matter what he did, he couldn't find it. He couldn't find the vein. He did like, I'm not kidding you, he did like 4 attempts here. He did 3 attempts here. Then he was like trying some areas of the hand. He even went down to my foot at one point, came back to my hand. This guy was poking more holes in me than...
That's why I yell at people in the hospital.
So,
like,
and
if this is not... Remember I had that conversation with Sam when he was an infant?
Yes.
I'm like, if this is not your thing, like people don't talk about how great you are at this, go find that person.
So, well, that's the thing. So he comes in and he's cheerful and happy, and I, that's how I always, present myself, cheerful. But after like, maybe the 5th time of probably 12
enough.
pokes, I'm like, hey, pal. And he kept saying, I'll get it. I'm so sorry. I'll get it. I mean, by the time he finally did, I'm telling you, it was definitely no less than 12. And he finally got it, and by that point, I'm basically like that and just looking at him, right? He finally gets it. Once he got it, he's now pretending like nothing happened. And I wanted to kill this guy. He finally gets it, and he's gone.
I can't believe it was on your toe.
Never saw this guy again.
I don't think he worked there.
Well, that's a kicker. But the part that I was saving for last is that he looked like my father.
Oh, that's so weird.
And I was like, what are the chances of all people, a guy that looks like my father is pissing me off?
Yeah.
Because I don't really have anything good to say about my father.
Yeah, Tony's dad left him when he was like an infant.
An infant. I think she was still pregnant with me when he left.
Awful.
So, and yeah, I only met him once. So this guy kind of looked like what I imagined my father looked like if he was still alive. So I just couldn't believe it. Of all people,
Just
that was going to mess me up.
He probably walks in. You're like, oh wow, at least maybe something good will happen.
And you're probably right. You're probably right. There probably is they have no record at NYU of a man matching that description
He just
who
came
used
in
to take blood.
stick you.
I was probably either my father came back somehow. He found a way to come back and get me.
Yeah.
Or I was just so drugged up that I figured out a way to cause myself pain by picturing my father poking me with a needle.
Yeah. That's awful.
So.
All right, let's do this.
First of all, Carol said she sent her box to you because she loves you.
See?
That is
I
going to
love her too.
Oh, see, there you go. Now I will not be able to walk. And now she's challenging Andy. She's like, "Let's go, Plajanos."
Why? What are they
She
fighting
likes
about?
to challenge. She likes to challenge Andy on the trivia.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it.
Johnny Lambros is watching. Johnny, how was your gig last week? Hope it went well. I'm just
oh my
finishing.
God, we're never gonna fucking. Get
I'm
to
just
this.
finishing the last few
My
comments.
sister's in a fucking hospital.
Oh,
Move on.
We're still going to finish the show at the same
No.
time. Elizabeth says they went through her groin and she didn't need the stent. It was a genetic. She has a genetic issue.
What?
They
Read it
went.
again.
They went through my. They went through my groin and I didn't need the stent. I have a genetic issue.
So she never got the stent?
Did they try to go through her groin to give her a stent and then they realized they didn't need it? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Lambros says, "Hey, Andy Plajanos, missed you at Farrell's last Saturday. Hope everything's good on your end." Oh, Andy, you didn't go? Okay, everybody's saying hi to each other. All right, Beansy wants us to stump him. Okay, put in your answers in the comment thread. We do not give out the answers at first. We're going to ask all the questions. Then after we're done, we go back, ask the questions again, read your answers, make fun of each other's answers, make fun of your answers. And there's no prizes, there's no nothing. It's just all for fun because we enjoy making fun of you. Question number 1, Sallie O'Neill.
2 full dog breeds got together to make a golden doodle. What is a golden doodle?
It's a mixture of a golden retriever.
Well, don't say it out loud if you know it. Give us a second.
I have no idea what it is. I'm guessing.
Oh, really? You don't
Dick?
know?
I'm going with golden retriever because you said a golden doodle. So it's a mixture of a golden retriever and I don't know, what do you call doodles? And a doodle. Golden retriever and a doodle. Golden retriever and a poodle. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
It's a mixture of a gold. I didn't know the answer. This was a total guess. Eh.
Rah, 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 rah. What did you do in the beginning?
What is the most common name in the Bible? Shared by 32 people in the Old Testament and 1 in the New Testament. You read the Bible, so you should know this. Is it?
Oh, thank God it's multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Think sweet Jesus, John, Mark, Matthew, and Luke.
Well, those are the
Those are the
some of-
choices?
no.
Well, the Bible. There's so much more
John,
in the Bible than the New
Paul,
Testament.
Zechariah. Zechariah.
Zechariah.
John, or Paul, or George or Ringo.
I'm going to go...
Don't say the answer.
It's so difficult. Every day, the same fucking thing. Paul, John, Zechariah.
Correct. Which one?
John.
Sallie says John.
Because there's
Big
John
bad
the
John.
Baptist. There's John the Bible writer.
There's John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
But the
His
Old
name is
Testament has like all these weird freaking names in it.
Whenever we go out, we can hear the people shout. They say John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. La 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 la.
Is it still today? All right. Where was... I wrote it. Yeah, because it spell checked my work.
Where was...
It spell checked my work. I'm like, that is not what I wrote. Where was Freddie Mercury born? What country?
It's not Israel, but it's something. It's over there that way somewhere. I'm going with Israel, but I don't think that's right. But it's over that way.
I'll give you a hint. There's a
It's in the same town as Governors.
Billy Joel song that says the word.
Oh, you shouldn't have told me that.
Now you know it?
Of course, now I know it.
Give me a hint that you know it.
Starts with an L.
No.
No?
No.
Oh. All right, so it's not Israel. It could be Scandinavia. It could be...
I'm double checking my hint.
It could be Oyster Bay, Long Island.
Oh, okay, I'm right.
Is it in the title?
I don't know that.
I don't know that.
I don't know that much.
All right, I'll stick with Scandinavia, although I think that's wrong too. All right. Next question. How do you rizzle something?
Spell it.
R-I-Z-Z-L-E.
R-I-Z-Z-L-E. Rizzle. How do you use it in a sentence? I rizzled my penis.
There you go. Does that mean...
oh, it's multiple choice again?
Yes.
You're the best.
Does that mean that you're going to sun dry something? Are you going to hose something down?
Say the word again.
Rizzle.
Rizzle.
Say the word again. I didn't even finish the damn question.
Yeah. Sorry.
Rizzle. Are you sun drying it? Are you hosing something down? Are you throwing something out? Are you recycling something? To rizzle. How do you rizzle something? Do you sun dry it? Do you hose it down? Do you throw it out? Do you recycle it?
Recycle.
Sallie says recycle. There's a tongue twister. Sallie says recycle. By the seashore with her shells.
This is a multiple choice.
Wow.
How many miles away can a wolf smell its prey? Like how far away?
Yeah, got that.
1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, or 4 miles? Can a wolf smell its prey? How far away do you need to be from a wolf to be safe?
I'm going to say...
1, 2, 3, or 4.
Oh, how far do you need to be safe? I'm going to say 3 miles.
Okay.
What is the name of the metal discs set in the rim of a tambourine? You know, you have the tambourine and it has the little... Is it?
Oh, I love multiple choice.
Are they called jingles? Are they called jangles? Are they called cymbals? Are they called pubes?
Seriously?
That's one of the choices.
Really? Jingle, jangle.
Cymbals or pubes?
I feel like I should say pubes because why would you just say that? Like you want to say jingle, jangle, and like clitoris. Like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't throw that out there.
Bang those titties! So you're going with pubes?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with pubes. All right. Okay, so put in order of age from youngest to oldest.
Okay.
Youngest to oldest.
Okay.
Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise.
Well, that's easy.
What's his name? Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
It changed it to River. Might
All right,
spell
we
check.
know who you mean. You don't have to
Okay.
take the time to change it.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, so those three. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Robert Downey Jr. Youngest to oldest.
Youngest to oldest.
Youngest to oldest.
I'm going with Pitt. Downey and Cruz. Or is Downey the youngest one? I'm going to keep it. Pitt, Downey, Cruz. All right, here's a nice, easy one, I think.
Thank goodness.
Which U.S. pioneer of rock and roll had a backing band called the Comets?
The comics?
Comets, like Halley's Comet.
Like Hicksville High School?
Like Hicksville
Andy.
Comets. That's what we called our sports teams. The Comets.
Yeah.
Are they still called that? Or did they change it?
Yeah, and then the middle school is called the Meteorites.
I think all that's been changed. I'm not positive about
Why
that.
would they change it?
I'm
What's
not
wrong
sure.
with it? Who did we offend by saying something out in space?
Speaking
what
of Hicks,
alien wrote a letter?
speaking of Hicksville High School,
What?
you remember a couple of years ago we were going to have Mr. Arnold on here?
I do.
Mr. Arnold was a music teacher in Hicksville High School. He was the man, or is the man, that actually said to Billy Joel, you should become a professional musician. And that's when Billy Joel said, okay, I'm going to go do that. It was because of that man.
Yeah, and they're
that-
still
They're still
great
good friends. He's been thanked on some of Billy's albums and the liner notes.
Billy Joel's will hang with him. Yeah.
He had a very big effect on Billy Joel's career. But even apart from that, he had a great effect on thousands upon thousands of students, including myself, my brother, a lot of our friends. He was just a great, great teacher. Definitely for me as an actor. He helped me because he gave me the courage and the balls to sing in front of a crowd.
And you have good balls.
And yeah, so and he and it wasn't something that I was comfortable doing, but I feel he made me a better actor for it. So Carol says we were the Farmers. We really? Oh, in junior high,
No,
right?
we weren't. We were the Meteorites.
I don't know. Well, Carol's younger. You're a lot older than the rest of us. You have to remember that.
We were the.
So-
what did she think we were?
She says the Farmers.
We weren't the Farmers. That was just the logo for Hicksville. That was just
maybe,
the picture.
Maybe when she came through, it was Farmers. Don't yell at
It's
Carol.
not the Farmers.
You guys just shared a
I'm gonna
box.
fly to Florida and smack her.
Well,
Oh,
good
Texas,
luck with
yeah.
that. Yeah, because she's. Oh wait, now you're into smacking her. Oh, this is getting better
We're
and
not
better.
the Farmers.
This is awesome. So anyway, he was. So 2 years ago, Hicksville High School was going to honor him. He's been long retired. He's in his 80s. They were going to honor him by naming their auditorium after him, and there was going to be a ceremony. He now lives in Colorado. He was actually going to fly in for the ceremony,
And then COVID hit.
and he agreed to come on our show here to talk. And yeah, then COVID hit. Everything got postponed. Well, now they're doing it in this May. So I reached out to him. I said, Mr. Arnold, let's stick to the plan and come do the show. Well, it turns out he left me a voicemail yesterday. He's coming in the 25th. They're doing something that night.
Yeah, he just doesn't have time. He's just
The
here
next
for a short
day
amount of time.
the next day is either the ceremony, the renaming ceremony, or the dinner. So he's coming in for 2 days. 1 day for the party, 1 day for the ceremony itself. Then the very next day he goes home. He comes in on the 25th. He's leaving on the morning of the 27th. So he's like, I'm not going to have time to make it.
He
to your show.
doesn't. He doesn't have time.
Son of a bitch. So I'm going to
still
call him
love
back.
him.
Maybe we'll work out a Zoom. What do you think? Before or after the ceremony? We should do it after.
I don't know if he can. Do you think he'll be able to do Zoom?
Why wouldn't he be able to do Zoom?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Okay.
You're saying that he's old and he wouldn't know how to do it? Is that what
I
you're
don't know.
saying? You're such an ageist. You're a
I
senior
like to
citizen.
leave people alone because I see them like when people have a hard time with computers and stuff and they're older. I feel for them. Whereas you're just like, what's wrong with you? Do it.
Well, when you're old and retired, what else do you have to do? Go learn it. Go learn how to
So
use
I
it.
like to give them a break. Leave them
Or
alone.
maybe he's got a kid nearby, or a friend or somebody nearby that'll come set it
like
up for him.
Cindy had this like 92-year-old roommate for the weekend. The lady has a flip phone, and Cindy's like, you need to get yourself a different phone. And the look on her face, she's like, everyone tells me that. I just like this phone. Just leave her alone. She likes her phone.
All right, that's fine. But if it gets in the way of something, maybe if she had a regular phone,
It does get in the way of things.
maybe if she had a regular phone, she could have called her life alert and said, I've fallen down, I can't get up,
It
and
does
she wouldn't
get
be in
the
the
way,
hospital.
because they didn't know where she was at one point, and
Exactly.
if she was
so
on
if she
thing.
got a new phone with GPS, they would have found her in no time.
Yep.
And she wouldn't be in the hospital.
right.
So, and again, you're
So
old and
you
retired.
go
You have
make Mr. Arnold do this. You're right.
Thank you very much.
Now can we move on?
No.
Fuck's sake.
Next question. I think is yours. I think.
What'd you say after the put the
The last question I asked was the name of the Comets. Who used a backing band called the Comets? That's the last
Did I
question.
answer
I
that?
asked. No, because then we got into Hicksville from Comets.
Okay,
See, this was your fault.
yeah. So ask the question again.
Which U.S. pioneer of rock and roll had a backing band called the Comets? So it's so and so and the Comets. I need the name.
I don't know it. Like I couldn't even guess.
Why couldn't you guess? Name a rock and roll pioneer.
John Fogerty.
John Fogerty. Okay.
Okay, they do the list every year, and they've all these different ratings, but they are basically rating the happiest countries in the world. What are this year's happiest countries in the world? Name the number one, but then just throw out a few because I'll give you credit for like the top 10.
The happiest country in the world?
Yeah.
Let's see. New Zealand, Switzerland, Finland, Amsterdam's not a country, right? That's just a city.
You just like to go there because that you could see women in windows.
Pot is legal. Prostitution is legal. Why wouldn't they be happy? Do they have a baseball team? That's the only thing missing. If I was to move out of this country, that would be my first choice.
Amsterdam.
Prostitution, weed, which I don't even smoke, and hopefully baseball and rock and roll.
Well, if you can't move there, where else?
New Zealand, Switzerland, Finland.
Okay. Your turn.
Thank you. It's another multiple choice.
Yay.
Which X-rated movie won an Oscar? Are we talking about the movie Striptease? Are we talking about the movie Debbie Does Dallas? Are we talking about the movie Midnight Cowboy?
Midnight Cowboy.
Sallie says Midnight Cowboy.
That was an X? Who's in that?
That's Voight and Dustin Hoffman, isn't it? Midnight Cowboy?
And that was X?
Well, yeah. Dustin Hoffman, he puts his nose up John Voight's butt. I made that up. That's not true.
All right. So, last question. What is pansexual?
Having sex with a pan.
Well, maybe.
Pansexual. Someone that's into voyeurism. Because they just pan the room and they watch everybody having sex. See what I did there? They just pan the room. So I'm going with that. Voyeurism. That was your dirty question?
That was my dirty question.
Answer it.
No.
Who is it?
I don't know. Someone from New York City.
Oh. It's a nice place. Where's my sex question? Oh, here we go. What is retrograde ejaculation? What is it?
It's when you're about to ejaculate.
Yeah.
But when it comes out, it also, I think the bladder's involved. And so urine and ejaculation are mixed together and it doesn't always come out.
So you're saying, so it doesn't come out at all? Or it does come out, it just goes into the bladder somehow? Is that what you're saying?
It goes into the bladder and mixes in with the urine.
So then you just pee it out?
Well, you ejaculate it out. It does come out. But it might, the ejaculate, is that a word? Might go up into the bladder.
Right. So you're ejaculating into the bladder, mixes in with your piss, and then comes out in your piss. You can't ejaculate it again. It's already out, you're saying.
Yeah.
So it comes out, still comes out of your penis, but
It
just
comes out of your
urine.
penis.
That's disgusting. Yeah. You're a freak. All right. All right.
He asked the question, but I'm the freak.
That's right. John Ambrose says the gig went great. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. All right. First question, Sallie O'Neill.
What is a golden doodle?
I said golden retriever and poodle, and so did Carol Miner.
And
so did
Krista.
Kirsten. And so did Johnny. And so did Plajanos. And so did Liz. And then Beansy said it's puppies. All right. The answer is...
Golden doodle is a standard poodle and a golden retriever.
Whoa.
So you're all right.
Whoa. That's awesome. All right. What is the most common name in the Bible shared by 32 people in the Old Testament and 1 in the New Testament? Is
Just
it
one in the New Testament? That's not true.
That's what it says. I don't know.
Says...
I'm telling you, I don't know. Just what it says.
Okay, go.
Is it Zechariah? Is it John? Is it Paul? Sallie said John. Carol says John. Lambro says John because he's named after him. Kirsten says Paul. Beansy says Paul.
Ringo.
Plajano said Ringo because he missed the question. What is the most common name in the Bible there, Andy? Is it Zechariah? Is it John? Is it Paul? Liz says John. Let me just... What's going on there?
I was just listening who it was. It's actually someone who needs someone to have me take care of their dog.
All right. I was looking to see if Andy maybe answered the question at the bottom, but I don't see it. Okay. Well, you're all wrong.
Zechariah?
It's Zechariah.
I just thought you made it up because of, Zach.
No,
Who is Zachary?
But I said Z-E-C-H. I said that before.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you're all wrong. Take that.
Now we all have to go to church.
That's right. Next question, please.
Where was Freddie Mercury born?
I originally said Israel, but I think that's wrong. Sallie said it's mentioned in a Billy Joel title, or a Billy Joel song, so I said Scandinavia. Beansy says London. Carol says Tunisia. Lambros also says Tunisia. Plajano says Zanzibar. And he goes, and I love saying that. Zanzibar. Zanzibar. Kirsten says Iran. Liz says Iran. And I do believe him. We didn't start the fire. Billy, does he say? I think he does say Iran in that song. I think those are all the answers. Yes, those are all the answers.
Plajanos is correct. Zanzibar.
Oh, is it Zanzibar? Wow. Where is Zanzibar?
I don't know. I don't even know if it is a country or just a city. Maybe it's a city in one of those other guesses, and they're right too.
Wow. How do you razzle something? Do you sun dry it? Do you hose it down? Do you throw it out? Do you recycle it? Sallie said recycle. Lambros says rizzle is to sun dry. Carol says hose. Plajano says keeping it rizzle my nizzle. Kirsten says recycle. Liz says hose down. And that is it. Johnny Lambros with the right answer. It is to sun dry.
Never heard of it.
Sorry.
How many miles away can a wolf smell its prey? 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile.
I said 3. Plajano said 4. Kirsten said 2. Carol said 1. Plajanos, which is also how far I can smell some open micers. Liz says 3. And the answer is?
Kirsten is correct. 2 miles.
2. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Andy? Wow. What is the name of the metal discs set in the rim of a tambourine? Is it jingles? Is it jangles? Is it cymbals? Is it pubes? Sally says pubes.
If it isn't pubes, I'm going to feel like such an idiot.
Andy says jangles. Kirsten says jangles. Carol says jingles. Andy guessed purely off of Mr. Bojangles and Mr. Tambourine Man. Liz says jangles. Yeah, it's jingles. They're called jingles.
Why would you say pubes?
I did just what you said. If you would throw that in there, that would be really funny. Why would you throw that in there? Well, that's what I did.
And I'm like, that's the right answer.
That's why I kept laughing afterwards. Like, I can't wait to tell her she's wrong.
I'm going to call them pubes from now on.
At the concert tomorrow night, yell it out. Nice pubes, kid.
Shake those pubes.
Shake those pubes. Do you need help shaking those pubes? All right. I like how you always forget that it's your question
that I'm
next.
doing something. Okay, put in order of age from youngest to oldest. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Robert Downey Jr.
Carol and I shared an answer. Pitt, Downey Jr., and Cruise. Lambros says Downey Jr., then Pitt, then Cruise.
Who did?
Lambros. Kirsten says Pitt, Cruise, Downey Jr. is the oldest. Plagano says Downey, Cruise, Pitt. Wow, he says Pitt is the oldest? And then Liz says Pitt, Cruise, Downey. All right.
I think Lambros is the only one who got it right. So if I'm wrong, sorry. But it is Downey Jr.'s 56, Pitt's 57, Cruise is 58.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you almost had it. You almost changed to Downey Jr. as the youngest, and then you didn't.
Yeah, because when he was on Silent Live, I think he was only like 17 or something.
Wow.
But but I would swear Pitt was still a youngster too when he started. What show was he on? But I thought he was just. I thought it was later and he was younger. Was it Growing Pains that he was on?
No. Tom Cruise? I don't think
No,
so.
no, no. Pitt,
I mean, I don't think Brad Pitt was on that. Growing Pains?
I think he was on there towards the end. Like he was like the girl's boyfriend. Who's the girl? The Growing Pains. That's the one with Alan Thicke as the father, right?
Wasn't DiCaprio on that a little bit?
He came on later as like he was cousin Oliver towards the end.
Yeah.
But I could have sworn Brad Pitt was a boyfriend or something of the girl.
Okay.
He was on some show as like a boyfriend or like he was like an add-on cast
Really?
member later on some show. Yeah.
The first time I ever noticed him was, wasn't he on Thelma and Louise?
Yeah, I believe that was his breakout.
Yeah.
He was around before that though a little bit. What was that movie he did? Something with a river or something. There was something.
Oh, the river runs through it. I think Thelma and Louise was first, though. No.
Is that the movie that I'm thinking of? A River Runs Through It. Is that Brad Pitt?
Yeah, that was a beautiful movie.
But Thelma and Louise was before that.
I think so. I could be wrong.
All right. Which U.S. pioneer of rock and roll played with the Comets? I thought this was a nice, easy question.
Not the Farmers.
Right. Sally said John Fogerty. She's not even close.
Yeah. I just named someone I like.
And it seems like everybody's getting it right. Yeah, everybody said Bill Haley.
Bill Haley?
Bill Haley and the Comets.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, come on. You don't even know what song.
You're going to have to sing something.
1, 2, 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
That's Bill Haley and the Comets.
All right.
Come
on.
on.
That was like the 1950s.
What?
When was that song out?
Yeah, in the 50s. That's why I said rock and roll pioneer, 50s.
Well, I would think the rock and roll started like mid-60s.
Rock and roll started mid-60s? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Chuck Berry, Bill Haley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard,
Right.
Elvis, they all started in the 50s.
Right.
God!
Take your music very seriously.
Good God!
What are the 2000?
Let me stop you for a second.
Sure.
Andy's making fun of us for being comets. He's laughing at that.
Yeah, we did not like that. We got kind of doinked. We got we're called the comets, and our colors were black and orange.
Yeah, but he's saying we were the Warriors. How many schools on Long Island are named the Warriors?
Yeah, because
we were the only comets.
I think Massapequa Warriors, right?
No, Wantor.
Oh, is Massapequa the Titans or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they're always like one or the other.
Wantor Warriors. And there's, I believe, another town with Warriors. There's a bunch of
Massapequa
them.
Warriors, I feel like it might be too.
I don't think so.
Okay. Now I have to know.
But yeah, we're the only original name, Andy. Yeah. All right, so sorry, I cut your question off.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to keep going.
That's what I said.
Oh, I think I had a question.
I said I cut your question off, I said.
The world's happiest countries. This year's world's happiest countries. Good.
Where is it? Oh, I see. We were doing all the Billy Joel talk there. Lambros, my aunt was in Billy Joel's music class in high school. To this day, she brags in a joking way about being his first backup singer. Plagianos, Mr. Arnold once told Tony he should cut off his leg. Oh, no, Carol's saying she was in the Farmers in high school. We went from the Farmers to the Comets, and junior high we were called the Meteors. She might be right about that.
No.
That's what I was saying to you a minute ago. I think they changed it.
No, they didn't, because Sam played volleyball in eighth grade, and we played Hicksville and in their middle school, and there was still the Meteors.
Right.
Yeah.
She's not talking about that.
Yeah.
She's saying that she went from the Comets to the Farmers. So if you played the middle school team, their name was still the Meteors.
I know the shirt. I know the emblem was always a farmer. But all right, we'll have to look it up. Let's call Mr. Arnold right now. Maybe he knows.
Mr. Arnold is the best. I moved to Florida the year that the Madrigals sang on the Bridge album. I was so pissed I made the tryouts and moved. The song is Leningrad. Yeah, the album is Stormfront though. And that was the year you moved. That would be 89. Wow. Okay, so I said New Zealand, Switzerland, and Finland. Liz said the Netherlands. Plagano says Denmark and Norway. Carol says Australia and Denmark. Wow. Lambros. Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Bhutan? Britain? I don't know what that says. Sweden, Norway, and Italy, says Liz. Kirsten, Sweden, Netherlands, Switzerland, Canada, Norway. Holy moly, a lot of answers. What is it?
It's Finland.
I think we all said Finland.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's
here's
where
the
Ismo
list.
is from, right?
Yeah, Finland, this is the order. Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Switzerland, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Sweden, Norway, Israel, New Zealand.
Israel?
Yeah.
Wow.
Austria, Australia, Ireland, Germany, and Canada. That's 15, top 15.
Wow. Which X-rated movie won an Oscar? Was it Striptease? Was it Debbie Does Dallas? Was it Midnight Cowboy? Yes, that's nice and easy. Everybody said Midnight Cowboy. Rhinestone Cowboy is Stallone and Parton. Yes. Debbie Does Dallas, says Kirsten. Kirsten, she's dirty. I love her. Being whatever sex you... Oh.
Mine.
Sorry.
What is a pansexual?
I said somebody that's into voyeurism. Liz says being whatever sex you want to be on any given day. Oh, that's interesting. Andy says fuck everything. Does that mean they actually fuck everything, or they're just like, fuck everything?
No, it means...
Oh. Likes everyone no matter the gender, says Carol.
Yeah, they're all right.
Lambros says pansexual, meaning not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, or gender identity. Man, if that's not a copy and paste from Wikipedia.
I was just thinking the same thing. Nice copy and paste.
Like everyone bisexual, homosexual, etc., says Kirsten. I have a feeling that's what Kirsten is.
No.
What do you mean?
You just want to say that so that you can ask her to kiss me.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask her to kiss you no matter
Okay,
what.
so a pansexual is a sexual orientation where you are emotionally, romantically, or sexually attracted to people of any gender identity. It comes from the Greek word this is for plagianos.
It comes from the Greek word spur plangenos?
Pan, which means all.
What is retrograde ejaculation? You said ejaculating into the bladder. Liz said hot cum. Andy said when the cum goes back in. Kirsten, Plagianos, I usually have to pay extra to come in a bladder. Carol says she has no idea. I think I don't want to know. Kirsten says coming too quickly. Looks like Sallie.
That's premature ejaculation.
Yeah. Andy says it looks like Sallie is drinking pee.
Yeah. Tony had retrograde ejaculation. This is what it is.
They always give the person with no musical talent pubes. Comments is a special name. Yeah. No, not the farmers now. Years ago, before we were comets.
Oh, before.
No, but you were in high school before Carol. So how could it be? How could it be
She's saying
comets?
like maybe when your mom was in school or before that.
Oh, but she kept saying we, so I thought she meant when
Yeah.
she was there.
She made it sound like it was after we had graduated. Now it's the farmers.
Andy says, I just looked it up. Comet is a dog.
With the dogs.
So, all right. So that makes more sense now. So she's saying when our parents say were
Sure,
in
I
school,
don't
they
know.
were called the farmers.
I mean, Cindy graduated in 1970, and she.
Oh yeah, my mother
a
was 62,
comet.
and she was a comet.
Okay.
But who knows? There was a lot of Hicksville before that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are close. It's not the bladder. I'm sorry about that. It is the
Yeah,
bladder.
it is.
It is the bladder. Sometimes a man can ejaculate inward with his semen moving to his bladder rather than out of his body, known as retrograde ejaculation, and it can occasionally happen to men. Retrograde ejaculation may sometimes be a symptom of a condition such as type 1 diabetes. Typically, it's not harmful, but retrograde ejaculation can resolve itself without intervention, but it may be a concern if you're trying to get pregnant. So it is the bladder.
Yeah, so we were all kind of right.
That was more sciencey than sex.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
very
surprised you asked
Yeah,
it.
I'm disappointed in myself. That was a Ken
I'm
Bichelle
surprised
question.
I had it in my brain.
No, you don't have it in your brain. You have it in your bladder.
Yeah. I didn't know it had anything to do with diabetes.
Well,
I just thought it was like,
could
I thought it was a congenital problem. Like you're kind of born with how you have your makeup.
All right. Well, nice job, everybody.
Yeah.
Super duper. You guys are so smart.
Thanks for all the multiple choice.
And with that, you're welcome. Thank you for your boobies.
You're welcome.
Thank you for saying you love Carol.
I love Carol.
All right, we're out tonight. So there's nothing on tonight
Because of my nerdy kid.
because you're a stupid nerdy kid. All right, so and we're not on tomorrow, but tomorrow you can see Hershey and the Keys with a consolidated version of their interview with Anthony Recker. I'll
on
schedule.
YouTube.
Yeah, I'll schedule that for 11 o'clock. I'm also going to have some other. There's going to be some clips from this past Saturday's Green Room that'll be coming on
those
after
are
that.
funny. Watch those. Watch them all.
And then tomorrow night, Donversations with our pal Don. And then, are you coming in this Thursday or no?
No.
You're not? Okay.
No.
So this Thursday, I'll be here with somebody. Everybody have a great rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy your Wednesday. And we'll see you Thursday at 11. Thanks,
everyone.
guys. See you later.